Hi, I'm Trish from Passion for Juice. Today we're going to talk about kombucha. Kombucha is a fantastic colony of good bacteria for your gut. Now, 80% of your immune system resides in your gut. That is where you get your strength from, in your immune system. So it's really important to feed your gut a really good amount of bacteria and develop good gut flora. So a perfect way to do that is with an ancient fermentation technique called Kombucha Tea. Now, you can buy Kombucha Tea in the health food shops, quite expensive, but you can very easily make your own. Here I have some Kombucha Tea at various ages. This one has just been split off, so that's only about a week old. But this one here is about a month old, and you can see that a Scoby, a second Scoby, this is a Scoby around here. This is the bacteria. And you can see that the Scoby is starting to split. So I'm going to show you how to feed your kombucha, but also how to split it off and grow more kombucha over a period of time. So the first thing with kombucha is that they like to be covered. I like to use these used knee highs. They've been washed, they're clean. But it's great because they've got the elastic on the end, and you just easily put that over the top of the kombucha, and it saves, it allows the air to get in, which is really important, but it saves bugs and dust and things getting in. Now, the second thing with the kombucha is that they don't like direct sunlight, but they do like a little bit of light, and they like warmth. So this previous summer in the Northern Hemisphere has been fantastic, so I've been growing lots of kombucha. But they do like to be warm. So today we've got the radiator on in the house, but if you do have an airing cupboard or somewhere really warm in your house, near an Aga or something like that, they'll like that temperature. Okay, so feeding your kombucha is really easy. You just take, I like to use organic tea, as long as it's got caffeine in it. So take organic tea, make yourself a cup of tea as you would normally, and I put one heaped dessert spoon of sugar per tea bag, and I mix that through and I wait until that goes cold. Okay, and then I drain my kombucha off. So this can be easily drunk, this kombucha. Kombucha tastes a little bit like a cross between apple cider vinegar and a little bit like apple cider, and also it gets a little bit fizzy, almost like a ginger beer. So this can be drunk. I like to drink about this much per day. Sometimes I'll also have it in the evening. My kids love it as well. So instead of cordials and squash and fizzy drinks, which we don't have in our house, we like to drink kombucha. And also it's fantastic for if the kids come home from school with a sniff, like a cough or a cold, kombucha tends to whack that on the head. Now, if you have lots of kombuchas like I do here, I tend to make my tea in a big pot, so I'll keep that and I'll let that cool down, and then I'll feed the kombucha. Second fermentation is also really interesting, so I've drained off this kombucha into another glass and I feed it with grated ginger, so I get a ginger flavoured kombucha. Right, I'm just going to show you now how to split a kombucha. So after a period of about a month of feeding and taking the liquid off and drinking it, you'll get a second Scoby formed. Now, what you don't want to ever do is cut this with scissors, but it's really easy to split this off like so. And that's another good, there's probably 2 or 3 there that I could tear off. But for the purposes of this, I'll just tear that off. Okay, I'm just going to put that in another jar. The wider the jar, the better, which means the deeper you can fill it. So jars like this are absolutely perfect. Now you want to give it some of that tea to start it off. So feed it some of that tea, and then I can top that up with the black tea with sugar once that's cold. Okay, so the keys are keep it nice and warm, keep it covered but allow it to have air, and then use this tea. I mean, if you took all the tea from here and stored it in the fridge, that would store for a couple of weeks, and storing it in the fridge would stop that fermentation process. So you don't want it to get too vinegary, and this is fantastic for you. And it tastes actually really nice. If it's a little bit strong to get used to in the beginning, just maybe water it down, put a little bit of honey with it, but it's very good for you. So thanks for watching. If you like this, please share it with your friends, connect with me on social media. If you've got any questions, then please send me to trish@passionforjuice.com, and the 4 is the number 4. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.